So, Edray recently decided to leave YouTube. He's also been talking about, leaving Twitter recently, which it's gonna be sad. I'm gonna miss his historically inaccurate videos and those times where he admitted to being racist and then wondered what's wrong with admitting to being racist and not the obvious connection that people are thinking it's wrong to be racist. He's even said he's considering joining the Ku Klux Klan, which would suck since, the Klan doesn't really do anything anymore. Like, they tried to rebrand themselves a while back and that went nowhere. He's also shown to be anti-child labor laws, okay? But, hey, he's not going to be gone. I mean, he's still going to be on VidMe, VidLil, which is like VidBit, but... okay, it's basically VidBit, and Minds.org. But anyway, Edray's leaving YouTube because, many reasons. One of which is people just don't find him entertaining. He looks back at his career, he's like, oh, people don't find him entertaining. Who cares if he's not entertaining? He's Edray1416. And, him not being entertaining especially sucks because YouTube's new rules make it so he can't be entertaining. He's also really upset at the users, There have been people on this site for 5 years, 10 years, not any time in between, just 5 years or 10 years. And they're being screwed over by YouTube's new rules. I mean, not just... they have no way of making any other living. Patreon isn't real. And YouTube's making it harder for him to get his videos out there. For those who have been on the site for 5 years, 10 years, and make videos that he considers entertaining, that's harder now because of rules that haven't been implemented yet. And this is clearly censorship. I mean, ignore the fact that even if all this stuff hasn't been implemented yet, and even then it's entirely theoretical, and the fact that censorship can only be used by the government, this is censorship! And Edray hates censorship! I'm sorry. It's just... I promised myself I would cry. But maybe I'm being too harsh. After all, Edray's been on this site for 5 years, 10 years. It's actually been closer to like a year at most. Because he keeps deleting his accounts. He deleted AMA Wrestling, the original Edray account, Borg Productions, Anti-T-Bone 2004. Over the course of those 5 years, 10 years. But he only left for about a month or two at a time. He never went to any other sites in those 5 years, 10 years. Except for when he went to VidBit, and VidBit Future, and Zipcast, and V-Streamers back when he first got popular when Youngblood Fantasy commentated on him. But besides all of that, in those 5 years, 10 years, he's only really been on YouTube. But I think we should end this with some of the greatest moments of Edray that I just never covered. Like the time he called Abraham Lincoln a socialist. Not making that up. I already talked about how he doesn't seem to understand that people kind of don't like the fact he's racist, and not the fact he admits to being racist. That time he yelled at some guy, I think his name was Logan, that he had a right to be racist. Because, again, that's the real issue here. That he has the right to be racist, and not that, he's racist. That's what people... almost like people don't really like racists. He's also a huge supporter of Donald Trump, even though he supported Darrell Castle in the actual election, but he forgot about that because his side won. And he retired from YouTube like 4 different times. and retired from Twitter like 2 different times. But that is the cycle of Edray1416, aka Book Productions, aka Anime Wrestling, aka the Anti-T-Bone 2004, aka, oh god, this guy had a lot of names that he didn't mention in his video, I wonder why. Again, he'll still be active on 3 other platforms, so even if he does do something moronic on any of those other ones, odds are I might cover it, I don't know. But have fun with your radio-style conservative media, Edray. Because radio media has a lot of editing to it. I'm Ephrom, and good night.